Hello everyone, welcome back to Bascar Bricks, and welcome back to yet another review. Today we're going to be taking a look at a LEGO Star Wars set from all the way back in the year 2007. This is the Imperial Landing Craft set. This set came with 5 minifigures, 1 major build, and well, let's jump right into this bad boy, shall we? Alright, starting off with the canopy, we have one of the major quote-unquote issues with this set, and it is this canopy piece. Is this accurate? Absolutely not. This is really inaccurate, but honestly, I don't mind. I kind of like the look of this cockpit piece. Accuracy aside, inaccuracies inside, I think it looks kind of cool. If you're going for accuracy, definitely get the newer one. But yep, you open up this cockpit, just comes right off, and you have a seat for 1 minifigure, which is cool. And I'm going to take this off just so you can see that printed console right there. Overall, I'm pretty happy with this head. Once again, not super accurate, but I don't know. It gives it a classic LEGO look. I really don't think the look of this is complete without that, even if it isn't accurate. You can kind of see the landing quote-unquote skids. If you want to retract those, you just have to take those pieces off entirely, but from underneath, looks pretty good. Alright, you might have noticed that popping out right there. Well, that's on each side, and that is a play feature, which essentially you push in that cone, and well, it shoots out a Technic competition firing bolt from the Technic competition spring-loaded shooters. Yeah, that's pretty awesome, honestly, that LEGO put that in. Those are always cool. That's actually my first time getting those in a LEGO set, and that's just a cool play feature. Those are very powerful. They shoot out very fast with a lot of power to them, so it's a very fun thing for kids to have. Now let's move on to the body here. Quick play feature here on this side. You see that little red lever? Well, try to do this on camera here. It's a little awkward on camera, but as a kid playing at this would be a lot easier to do. I believe you lift this up, and look at that. 2 bombs. This thing can drop bombs, which is a really well integrated play feature aside from the giant red color. Wish they went with like a black or a gray there, but yeah, that's a really nice play feature. And well, you just lift that up to look at the interior space. They're really easy to load back in. You just kind of put them there. Sadly, they do kind of sit there loose, so if you do turn this thing to dramatic angles while you're flying it around, they will fall out. But here, I'm going to try to show you the interior here, but thankfully, while this looks like it's hard to get your hands in there, it's not, because they add a really nice feature to allow you to get in there. You see underneath here, you see that little red piece there? Well, you flick that up, and then, well, let me see if I can do this here. You flick that up. Okay, it's kind of hard to do this on camera, but then, well, it comes off. So it's also a drop ship. And then you get this left over. Now, not only can you, I'm gonna take out these bombs there. It comes with 4 of them. I should be able to show you this real quick. Now, there are the Technic competition cannons there. You have some racks for 4 weapons here. You have the larger ones back there. Might be a little hard to see because of the black Technic competition can, but there's one right there too. And one right there. You have 2 seats for minifigures, but there's actually enough room in this where minifigures actually have headroom. So you can stand about 8 to 10-ish guys in here right now. Take out the competition cannons and take out the seats. We're looking at, you can maybe squeeze like 20 or so figures in here if you take out the Technic competition cannon. So yeah. This thing can hold a lot of troops. I mean, a lot of troops, which is good. This craft is a troop transport. That is its job. It carries troops. So I could not be happier with the interior space. They just gave you a lot of room, and it's fairly easy to put this back on. I say fairly easy, but it's a lot harder to do with the restrictions of this large setup that I have to record this. So yep, you just clip those back on. Yep, and well, you're back to go now. You can transport your troops outwards, but one more mechanism here. I'm going to show you how this works from afar, but I want to show you what this looks like from close, and you can see, well, the mechanism, it sticks out. It sticks out quite a bit from underneath, but I think it's entirely worth it. But before we take a look at it, just real quickly, that is what the back looks like, and let's get on to the really the main play feature of this set. Alright, now look at this. Now you just grab this gear here, and well, look at that. I mean, that works so smoothly. Now, I do have a stand when I display this, because, well, it can go down, it goes down really far. Like, look at that. This has I mean, this is so, it works really well, and you know, it's not like super slow, but it's also not so quick that it takes you out of the realism, right? Like, this is a really nice speed, I think. Now, one quick complaint here, these wings can't actually hold themselves when they get to the top very well. You can see they just kind of fall, they fall in here. You can get them standing up vertically like that, but it takes a little bit of time here, but yeah, so that's that. And just real quickly, wanted to quickly note this large fin here, right here. Well, it looks pretty cool. It does have quite a bit of gray on here, which I do think is what they're trying to go for here. I believe that is a specific type, a specific class of this ship, which has some of those gray markings. But yep, this comes off really easily, which is really the main durability problem with this. Overall, it's a fairly durable thing, except for this. This is just bricks on bricks. There's no real support in this, which is a bit of a shame, but besides that, that's the ship here. Let's get on to the minifigures. So here are our first two minifigures, and these are the standard for the time Imperial Stormtroopers. While I definitely prefer the new variations, I don't know, these guys just have a certain touch to them, a certain classicness that just makes me really love this style of Stormtrooper. They're simple, they're massable, and they're just a great addition to the set. Just to get some standard troops and a troop carrier. Even nowadays, LEGO sometimes doesn't do that right, so just very refreshing, and I really could not get enough of these guys. Well, these guys are kind of special, and these are two more standard Imperial massable Stormtroopers, but look, their commanders, they include two pauldrons in this set, so you can have two commanders in your clone battalion. How sick is that? You know, once again, just some massable figures. They're the exact same as these guys, but you just get 4 of the same Stormtroopers, and these guys just have some cool accessories. You're not gonna hear me complaining. Out of all the minifigs in this set, this guy has probably aged the worst. Out of all the things in this set, this guy definitely shows the most age. This is the original style of Imperial TIE Fighter pilot, and he looked okay for his day, but yeah, nowadays that Stormtrooper helmet just does not work out for this type of character. And well, he just has a black head, and well, that's just kind of this guy. You know, he's definitely a relic of his time, but yeah, he's a cool figure to have. I'm glad to have a second one of these guys, and well, yep, that's about it. Let's get on to our overview. Alright, so I'm very biased towards this, because those of you who know, I love old crap, and well, this is a pretty old thing, and considering some of the older stuff that I have, it's a pretty large thing, so I don't know. Gonna be honest, I love this set. I think this is a really cool set. For its day, it was not the most durable, especially, you know, up here near the wing with this fin. That isn't super durable, and I think even back then they could have done a better job, but this set incorporates a lot of really nice play features, one of which you of course just saw me mess around with, you know, the wings. That is such a cool feature that the remake did not have the ability for it to drop bombs. 2 Technic competition cannons, spaces for a bunch of minifigures. As a toy, this was a success. Of course, as a display model, it's not that great. I mean, it's old, which is cool, which it looks good on display because it's old and because you can admire its age and how good it was for its time. But especially in today's standards, visually, this doesn't hold up with today's stuff. And well, you know, for 2007, that's just what's expected. You don't buy a set from back in the day, from that old, from all the way back in 2007, and expect, you know, a collector grade model. But what I do think is awesome is the selection of minifigures. Now, this set retailed for about $50 according to Brickset. Now, Brickset, I don't think adjusts for inflation. They might, but adjusted for inflation, that is about $70 today, which is a decent deal, I'd say. Not really much complaints. And the 5 very massable figures, not a single named character, though I didn't mention this before. The Imperial TIE Fighter pilot doesn't belong here. That is an odd inclusion for the pilot at this set. LEGO's already including in Imperial officers and plenty of LEGO sets at this time. why they didn't just give us an officer to pilot the ship, which would have been appropriate. Even a normal Imperial officer, not even a shuttle pilot, would have been better than just the TIE fighter pilot. Kind of a weird addition, but hey, not really complaining. Cool to have another one of those guys. But yeah, overall, my thoughts are very positive, very cool. If you are into old Lego Star Wars, and honestly, this is just a cool set in general, and you see it for a decent price, definitely go and grab it. I think it's worth the steal if you can manage to get it for a decent price. So with that, everyone, I'm gonna wrap it up here. If you enjoyed today's video, of course, you know what to do. And with that out of the way, everyone, I hope to see you in my next video. Bye.